What is up, everybody? Solomon here. I hope you all are having a fantastic Wednesday. If you see any scam ads on this video, please do not participate in those. Every once in a while, there are days in this space where the news is just mind-boggling to the point where I believe 100%, and my beliefs are revalidated, that we are in this space at the exact right time. And for those of you holding XRP worried about price right now, I completely understand the sentiment. I understand it sucks. However, what Ripple is trying to accomplish is not one of these, number 300 tokens in the marketplace that pumps, 70 or 80 or 200% in a day. They are integrating with the current system. And in order to do that, in order to build up the liquidity needed for XRP to succeed in the current system, they have to expand on the rails. They have to perform all of these integrations. They have to break down silos, and they have to have clear regulatory guidance, obviously. Now, today was an immense day for news. We're going to get into Kraken's news, basically them becoming a bank, the first crypto bank, the first non-depository banking institution in the United States. We're going to get into Mojaloop in this video as well. Ripple is now a sponsoring member. We know Mojaloop is Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. We know Mojaloop is Interledger as well. I wanted to start off in the Middle East here because I talked about this yesterday, that we need to all be paying attention to what's going on in the Middle East and about how all of these agreements, we saw the normalization agreement signed between the three nations in the Middle East yesterday, facilitated by Trump. I could care less what your political affiliations are, and I'm sure you could care less what mine are, but I did mention we need to pay attention because this isn't as it seems, because there's lots of digital initiatives going on. And I'm going to get into those right now because there was lots of news today as well. This is NBK, National Bank of Kuwait, okay? And this is their Building Our Sustainable Future Sustainability Report from 2019. I'm just going to present some scope for you across the board. I will let you make your own decisions as to what is going on in the Middle East right now and how potentially Ripple would tie into this and why it is important. And we can see here that they directly are integrated into Ripple. So the project aims, and this says Ripple, aims to position NBK as one of the first few banks in the region and the first bank in Kuwait to adopt the innovative Ripple solution and introduce a web-based person-to-person cross-border remittance service. You are going to see lots of the same rhetoric in this video, but not just from NBK, from multiple initiatives here, okay? Now we see two new technologies implemented in 2019 include Ripple corridors to India through NBK. So we know National Bank of Kuwait is RippleNet. Interestingly enough today, Kuwaiti NBK to launch Visa prepaid cards in Egyptian market. NBK will be the second bank that is operating in the Egyptian market to issue Visa prepaid cards after the National Bank of Egypt. We just saw NBK's relationship, right? Now, before I get into National Bank of Egypt, wanted to touch base on this one thing here. This will help in the implementation of cash withdrawal transactions and the enforcement of the digital cashless society plan as one of the objectives of the Sustainable Development Strategy in line with the vision of Egypt 2030. National Bank of Egypt, surprisingly enough, partnered with Ripple February 13th, 2020. Egypt's national bank joins Ripple's blockchain for faster remittances. Great, so that's two banking institutions, right? Bank of Bahrain and Kuwait go live today with IGTB's digital transaction banking platform. IGTB is Intellect Design Arena. It's Intellect Global Transaction Banking. And that is one of the initiatives under Intellect Design Arena. Let's take a look at Intellect Design Arena. So we know Bank of Bahrain and Kuwait, which is BBK, goes live with IGTB. Very, very interesting here. Intellect Design Arena's digital products. IGTB, successful integration with Ripple's DLT for cross-border funds transfer over blockchain. Intellect Design Arena also, I do believe, from an old Swell video, or maybe it was a Sabos video, had that IntelliChain, which shows Ripple cross-border transactions as being the fastest and the cheapest. Surprisingly enough, that disappeared, but Ripple is still directly on IGTB, Intellect Design Arena's main website. So now we can see Bank of Bahrain and Kuwait, BBK, going live with IGTB. Probably nothing to see here. Emirates NBD also operates under IGTB's digital transaction banking. IGTB powered first Abu Dhabi bank, wins Global Finance Award for Best Liquidity Management. Go on to Intellect Arena or Design Arena's website here. You can see how big this platform is, okay? Let's talk about Emirates NBD, and then let's talk about First Abu Dhabi Bank. We already saw the BBK was RippleNet, right? This is Emirates NBD. 2015, first POV with Ripple. National Bank of Abu Dhabi, or what is now called First Abu Dhabi Bank, became the first Middle East bank to partner with Ripple. And all of these tied in with Intellect Design Arena. Now we see here, this is a Bank of America Merrill Lynch slide. Now I'm not sure if this is actually BBK, Bank of Bahrain and Kuwait, but just interestingly enough, innovation example, Ripple cross-border solution. Today's model, it's showing BBK directly in here, okay? And potential future. So who knows? Take that with a grain of salt. That might not be anything. Now this was yesterday, or I believe this was yesterday, yeah. Israeli and Emirati banks, no, this is today, sign cooperation agreement. I touched base briefly on this, but it looks like these Bank Hapolim and Emirates NBD just signed this agreement. Maybe this is official today, or maybe that's just a recap of the news. Okay, interestingly enough, MOF launches third generation e-Dirham system. This is all about digitization in the Middle East. Ministry of Finance launches the third generation e-Dirham cards in cooperation with new government entities and national banks across the UAE. These new cards facilitate the collection of state fees and revenues, making transactions more convenient, giving customers easier and safer e-payment methods when paying government fees. Blah, blah, blah. Now we've got Emirates Development Bank in here. We've got Dubai Chamber of Commerce, Commercial Bank of Dubai, First Abu Dhabi Bank, who's a Ripple partner we know, National Bank of Fujairah, who we're going to see in a second here. Interestingly enough, National Bank of Fujairah partners with Ripple for cross-border money transfers, March 5th, 2020. You can see where this is going, people. It is not difficult to see what is going on, in my opinion. I personally, of course, I'm pissed, and I wish XRP price would appreciate immediately, overnight, this hour, this minute, this second. That's not the way that these things work, okay? It takes a while to build up this network that Ripple is trying to do, because they're trying to, I don't want to say disrupt, but they are trying to enhance the legacy system to the point where you've got these instant payments, you've got the newest technology through RippleNet that supersedes the early 1970s SWIFT technology. We can see the regulation rhetoric that's coming across with digital assets. Do you think that it stops with Ripple, or do you think that it leads towards digital assets? I don't know, but I try to use a little bit of common sense, and I try to look big picture in this and step back and see where this all goes. And it all goes towards digital assets, because it's going to make these institutions a ton of money, and it's going to save their clients a ton of money. And it's going to hopefully make us some money as well. Now this is Rack Bank as well. I believe that was in here as well. We can see though that Ripple is directly tied into Rack Bank as well. I forget where I was trying to pull Rack Bank from. I think it was in here actually. Maybe not, but again, Middle East. So you get the picture, right? Now, today, global organizations join the Mojaloop Foundation to advance financial inclusion. This is PhonePe and Ripple. Join the ranks of fellow philanthropic and technological sponsor members, Coil, who is, obviously XRP, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Google, Modusbox, Rockefeller Foundation, and Omdiar Network. This is huge, people. Wakefield, Massachusetts. Mojaloop Foundation today announced that India's leading digital payments platform, PhonePe, and enterprise blockchain solution provider Ripple have joined as sponsor members of Mojaloop, the highest level of the organization. In their role as sponsor members, they will join the foundation's board of directors and help provide the strategic vision, governance, and technical guidance to ensure the long-term health and growth of the Mojaloop open source software and development community. Gigantic news. I very much so recommend looking into how big Mojaloop plans to be. And some of these organizations don't even need explained. Regardless of your opinion on Bill Gates, we know he is a complete mogul and one of the richest individuals in the world. And I'm pretty sure you all know the Rockefellers. All right, BitPay expands wallet app features with wire integration. So that's awesome news. We do know that BitPay supports XRP. This is also gigantic, gigantic news. Like I said, today was a huge day for news. Kraken wins bank charter approval, okay? Now, this is from Kraken's website. We are thrilled to announce that the state of Wyoming has approved Kraken's application to form the world's first special purpose depository institution, tentatively called Kraken Financial. This is headquartered in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Kraken Financial is the first digital asset company in U.S. history to receive a bank charter recognized under federal and state law, and will be the first regulated U.S. bank. They are going to be a bank now to provide comprehensive deposit taking, custody, and fiduciary services for digital assets. I actually don't have a Kraken account right now, but you better damn sure believe that they may be one of the the first institutions, if I'm going to hold my stuff on an exchange, that it would probably be through them, just from the regulated standpoint. I don't hold much things at all, except for certain sell orders that I have online right now, and that's very, very little of what I have as far as digital assets are concerned. That is not financial advice. You guys make your own decisions. But from paying bills and receiving salaries in cryptocurrency to incorporating digital assets into investment and trading portfolios, Kraken Financial will enable Kraken clients in the U.S. to bank seamlessly between digital assets and national currencies. Now, interestingly enough, this is the job posting for this, okay? I very much so recommend going through this and taking a look for yourself. I am not going to hold anybody's hands in this space, but this is probably the biggest news that we've had in months. Regardless of anything that you believe about Ripple or XRP, this is the biggest news that we've had about adoption. Less probably, you know, as a catalyst between what happened from the OCC saying that banks can custody crypto, which is obviously equally as huge and obviously led to this announcement here. So, because Kraken's going to be a bank. Avalanche blockchain network to launch full mainnet. Again, not financial advice, but I would very much so look into Avalanche. Mickey B. Fresh puts it out pretty well here. Snowball is the name of a new family of BFT consensus protocols. Avalanche is the new modular blockchain that was designed by Avalabs. And I think that Avalanche's native token is called AVAX, I think. Hold on. So that you guys know, I don't want to read Cointelegraph. AVAX, yeah, so pay attention to AVAX. I'm not sure what exchanges it's going to be on. Not financial advice, but that's something that I'm very much so looking at. Snowball is the name of a new family of BFT consensus protocols. Avalanche is the new modular blockchain that was designed by Avalabs. The connection to Ripple and XRP. Now, this is speculative, obviously. Mickey is just providing a little bit of insight as to what he thinks. Could be that second consensus layer. Basically, Flare may be the equivalent or equal what Avalanche is calling Snowball. So, and just so you guys know here, this is through, I believe this is a research paper on Avalanche as well, and it's talking about Snowball. If you're not aware, Gossip protocol is used by Hashgraph. So Hedera Hashgraph uses the Gossip protocol. So I don't think anybody's really talked about that yet. I wonder if this ties into the Avalanche ecosystem at all. Now, it talks about this Snowball protocol. I'm not going to get overly techy into here. All this information is very available for you all to look into. Flare Network, though, and we all know about Flare and Spark and XRP. Flare Network as a distributed network running the Avalanche consensus protocol. So that is directly in the white paper of Spark. Now, if you want to check it out, avalabs.org, take a look at it. I just saw that announcement today. I actually still need to do a little bit more research. I definitely plan on participating in the one-to-one allocation, and I've seen things that one-to-one Spark allocation may be a little bit more than one-to-one actually, but I need to look into it a little bit more as well. We have some time though. It's early December when that occurs. Okay, this is Hedera Hashgraph. 1 year after open access, Hedera now processes 1.5 million transactions per day, surpassing Ethereum. And you guys that watch my channel know that I'm a big advocate of Hedera Hashgraph. Look at their governing board. Not even they call it their governing board, but they own the network, okay? And I think they have 15 or 16 members announced out of 39. Giants such as Google, Boeing. You'd have to look at the rest. I mean, they're huge organizations that are owning this network. So 1.5 million transactions per day, surpassing Ethereum. Now, go ahead and read through this. This is a huge announcement, though. During its first year as publicly available distributed network, Hedera averaged approximately 750,000 transactions per day, almost the same as the Ethereum network over the past year. So Hedera's first year over the Ethereum network's past year, okay? In addition, this is approximately 18 times the number of transactions the Ethereum network did during its first year as a publicly available network. All right, this is equally huge news, ladies and gentlemen. Bahamas to launch digital currency in October. Now, I could not find the official press release of this from the government in the Bahamas, but Ledger Insights is generally pretty decent with their news. But this is the sand dollar. And first announced in 2018. This is their CBDC, though, planning to launch next month. So let's pay attention to that, because we all know what happens when the first nation, their central bank, launches a central bank digital currency. It is very much going to be a cascade effect, a domino effect. Do not think that if this happens, I think many of these countries are way further ahead than we're being led to believe. It's going to be a domino effect, in my opinion. Okay, again, digitization. This is Credit Agricole. This is the ASBA/Credit Agricole Bank said today it has launched a new generation digital platform, ACBA Digital, that allows customers to use numerous banking services both on the internet and through mobile applications. More digitization. We know Credit Agricole is very much so dealing with blockchain. More rhetoric here. This is American Bankers Association Banking Journal, a core transformation strategy session. I'm not going to go into this, but it's just more rhetoric we're seeing across the board. Standard Chartered today. Thailand, first blockchain-based cross-bank letter of credit. Now, this transaction was done in partnership with the Asian Development Bank and the Bank for Investment and the development of Vietnam. It also marks the completion of ADB's first credit guarantee using distributed ledger technology. This was completed over the Contour network. Blockchain-based open industry platform focused on digitizing trade finance and involved in a $50,000 USD shipment. This is huge, everybody, and I don't know how many people have actually looked into how big this actually is, but Turner Sports, and if you want to know, Turner Sports is a subsidiary of AT&T's Warner Media, responsible for sports broadcasts on TBS, TNT, AT&T, Sportsnet, truTV, operating digital media outlets, NCAA.com, NBA.com, PGA Tour.com, PGA.com, Bleacher Report, BR Live. They operate NBA TV. You get the picture of how big Turner Sports is. They just unveiled a blockchain sports video game brand called Blockleet Games, okay? Now, this initiative is going to allow fans to collect, train, trade, and compete with unique digital athletes as they earn cash prizes and bragging rights along the way. In partnership with Bitcoin payment service provider BitPay, who we know, like we said earlier, supports XRP, fans will be able to purchase digital athletes called Blockleets, as well as Blockleet collectibles, using various cryptocurrencies as a form of payment. Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, XRP, Ethereum, as well as 4 dollar-pegged stablecoins will be supported. And last but not least, you guys know I talk about unstoppable domains. I'll put the link down in my thread, but they just introduced Unstoppable Email. Now you can use .crypto domains to send and receive emails. If you're on Twitter, go ahead and check this out, but I'm sure that this video is also directly on their website, Unstoppable Domains. That website will be down in the thread of this video. I believe very much so that we are just, scratching the surface here with the news that we're about to see come out. We saw that agreement, that normalization agreement yesterday signed, and a frenzy of news coming out of the Middle East today, and a frenzy of news that just so happens to tie in with Ripple. Again, I could care less about what XRP price is right now because I have not overinvested. I'm here for the long term. I believe very much so that building a strong infrastructure is and expanding upon Rails and building out the ecosystem right now is way more important than XRP price. XRP price to me, in my opinion right now, does not matter, but eventually, and one day, whenever it's ready, it will very much so matter. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you don't participate in scams. If there is news tomorrow, and it looks like there probably is because this week has been crazy, I will present it. All right? Have a great evening. Later.